Good to be with you tonight, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lindsay Allen.
And I'm Scott Reynolds. The wide-ranging Safer Kentucky Act is a top priority of Louisville-based Republicans, and now we'll move on to the Senate.
WDRB's Conroy Deluche explains why lawmakers argued this one for nearly 3 hours today. Conroy?
And guys, we've been talking about this bill for about 6 months, and it is massive with more than 20 different parts to it. Supporters say it will crack down on crime, but critics worry this bill is simply too big and will harm communities.
We as a government have a responsibility to protect our citizens.
The Safer Kentucky Act would do a number of things, including the creation of a standalone carjacking law, an increase in penalties for certain crimes such as vandalism and smuggling contraband into a jail or prison. The bill also imposes a ban on street camping on public streets, sidewalks, and paths.
Are we really solving our problems, or are we solving national problems on a local basis?
Critics say the bill criminalizes homelessness, a point disputed by Louisville Republican John Hodgson.
This bill gives municipalities the opportunity to create a designated safe camping zone so that people can remain outside if that's necessary.
It would also enhance the violent offender statute, requiring those convicted to serve at least 85% of their sentence before probation or parole.
It is a massive overhaul of Kentucky's criminal justice system.
Brian Butler is a former prosecutor and current defense attorney.
It unquestionably gives prosecutors more tools. They can send people to prison for longer, for more offenses.
One point of concern for him with the bill is strangulation as a violent crime, which was just addressed by lawmakers a few years ago.
And the way they defined strangulation was any impairment of the airways, which, however slight.
He says under this law, a considerably minor injury could send someone to prison for a long time.
I think you will see a tremendous jump in the prison population in Kentucky.
He calls the bill well-intentioned, but goes too far in some aspects. Both sides of that coin argued in the House for nearly 3 hours.
All I see here in the Suffer Kentucky Act is more problems.
This is a bill that will make Kentucky safer.
The majority agreed, moving the bill on to the Senate. Now, there were some recent changes to the bill, and one of them concerns fentanyl. Under this bill, someone caught distributing fentanyl that leads to a deadly overdose could be charged with first-degree manslaughter, not murder as originally written by the sponsor. But Butler says that proving that charge will be difficult, and Lindsay, that may not be the final change. It's now up to the Senate next.
Yep, passed by a big majority today along party lines. So we see what the Senate does. Does it pare it down? Does it leave it as is? We will be watching for it. Conroy, thank you.